Well, good evening, my trucking community. Happy Tuesday. It's me, Alex. And as many of you know, founder of the Dispatch Training Center. I see lots of my previous students, I see my new students, and today we're going to be talking about safety and compliance. We're going to be talking, does your company rating is going to impact your load rates? First, I would like to see who is watching us, and then we're gonna start learning something new. Well, let's say hi. I see that Shelly Smith is watching as always. I see some new people. I also see my returning followers, students, and everybody who tries to improve in trucking. Hello, guys, my new students, right? We're gonna be talking how does this affect you as a dispatcher? How does this affect you as the owner of the trucking company? And what can you do? What knowledge should you gain from this next hour? And what can you share with new carriers? Also, if you already in the trucking and you facing some problems with your safety and compliance, maybe this is a time for you to get some knowledge. So let's say a few more highs. And I'm also streaming on TikTok. I'm not going to be paying attention to TikTok's questions because I cannot multitask that much. So I'm paying attention to my Facebook and YouTube stream. Hello, hello, student here. Yes, I see another student, Zoriana, finally taking the class. So guys, as you know, I like to be interactive even through the stream. I want to make sure that you ask questions, but of course, after I am gonna give you some information. I see Juan is watching. How are you? Are you working on those setups, right? The Saturday is coming up. You guys gonna receive extra things today to watch. And here it is, my another superstar who just finished IFTA class. As many of you know, we had IFTA on Sunday. We had a fantastic class. I am very pleased with all my students. We learn a lot. It's not that easy. It's kind of boring because it's paperwork numbers, but still, if you're a dispatcher, if you want to really get those carriers, you cannot just dispatch trucks. You need to make sure you can provide them extra services. And IFTA is one of the easiest services that you can provide quarterly. Of course, you're not guys gonna do it for free. This is like extra money for you, but you need to have the knowledge. So many of you missed the class this time. We're gonna have the next one in April because we do it quarterly, right? We do it quarterly because we see the real filing in your jurisdictional state, in Kentucky, New York, New Mexico, Oregon, and now Connecticut. Let's say a few more hellos, and we're gonna go with our subject today. It was awesome to meet. Okay, sounds good. Uh, Thomas Goodwin, thank you. So let's share the screen. I'm gonna add, as you know, always I make a little PDF for our screen, and let's talk about this. So, what does it mean, DOT safety rating? And I'm going to be sharing a little banners. And before I do that, I just want you to make sure that it doesn't matter how big your company is. If you have one truck, if you have 5 trucks, if you have 10 trucks, or you have 50 trucks, or you are mega carrier with 500 trucks, we are all belong to safety program, which was created by FMCSA, right? Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. And they made sure that they have a different rating. So the first one, which hopefully all of you guys are gonna have, this is your satisfactory one. So when you guys have a satisfactory rating, that means that you guys are doing a great job. That means that your company follows the rules, regulation. You might still have some violations, but they are not that crucial. So satisfactory rating opens door for what? Well, it opened door for better loads, It opens door for lower insurance costs. Your driver's willing to work with you. Why? Because with a good satisfactory rating, they know that they will be paid better for the loads. They know that DOT is not going to be stopping them at every wait station, because most of us using pre-pass, right? Pre-pass and other devices. So when your truck passing, if your company has a satisfactory rating, what's happening? Your truck is not getting stopped, right? So that means driver doesn't have to be on extra pressure every time. So the good driver, and by the good driver, I mean qualified driver who worries about his own MVR record, about his future employment. The good driver will never gonna go work for the company with a bad safety score. Good owner operator is not gonna go and liaison to the company with a bad rating, because why would he want to go to the company that cannot get loads? Because brokers are checking on your safety. So this is satisfactory one, right? Next one is going to be conditional rating. Well, here, that's when we start worried about things. As a dispatchers, as a safety managers, as a owners of the company. Well, the conditional rating, that means that your company has failed to show the safety protocol, and you may receive this rating for 90 days. You will need to provide paperwork. You will need to show them that you are changing. And believe it or not, for the dispatcher, when the company has a conditional rating, that's when nightmares start. So conditional rating nowadays in the market like this, when it's already so hard to get the loads, your company has a conditional rating. What's gonna happen? Well, simple as this. You're gonna call and they're gonna change your safety, and they're gonna say, unfortunately, you have a conditional rating. We cannot work with you until you're gonna go back to satisfactory rating, or unless you're gonna give us cap letter, corrective action plan. And we're gonna come back to this in few seconds. Let me just finish with the last one, unsatisfactory rating. Well, in this case, guys, your company legally cannot be on a road. Nobody's giving you loads. And as a dispatcher, well, you need to start looking for the new carrier and say goodbye to this motor carrier. So why is it so important to understand that safety and compliance goes hand in hand? Well, because we are working with the commercial motor vehicles. You as a dispatcher, not only booking the load, you're not only posting your truck, you're not only discussing all the details. When is a pickup? When is a delivery? What is a transit? What is a commodity? Is it palletized? It's not palletized. How many pallets? Is there a lumper involved? Are you guys paying detention? Are you paying layover? Those are basic dispatcher questions, which all of you gonna know if you are just started my class, or you guys hopefully ask when you booking loads, right? Hopefully you're not one of those desperate dispatchers who just ask how much, books the load, and then deal with all the BS, right? Hopefully not. So you as a dispatcher have to advise your carrier that the safety and compliance program has to be strong for each company, that you guys need to understand how to fix it and how to improve it. But I like to preventing it, because fixing takes time. Fixing sometimes is impossible, it's too late. So my suggestion for everybody who is serious about being a dispatcher, at some point, you will need to take classes for IFTA and safety and compliance. And again, you don't have to take it with me, with my company Dispatch Training Center. If you do like the way I teach, come and I will make sure you get a strong foundation. I don't care if you're gonna go and learn it on your own from FMCSA website, because it's a lots of information available. You just need to know how to gather. I do not care how you get it to that point, but it is something that you must as a pro dispatcher. Dispatcher has to know safety and compliance like an open book from A to Z. You want to succeed? You want your carrier to stay in business? Help them out. Tell them what does it mean to have safety rating. Help them to monitor. So let's see, how does it done? I already sent the link for you guys for the class. In my class, you guys are gonna be getting these links all the time, but here it is. I also posted under this live, and I will post when we're gonna be done. So, Safer FMCSA, it's called Company Snapshot. When you guys gonna go to this link, every trucking company in USA is in that system. Even if it already went out of the business, it's still gonna be in that system. So when you guys gonna go there, that's what you guys gonna learn. And you will help your future carriers to maintain their records, to help them with their accidents, maintenance, inspections. You're gonna make sure that they continue to grow by FMCSA and DOT rules and regulations. So that's how it looks. When you guys get to this website, you can find the company by US DOT number. You can find it by MC number. And do you see MX number? This is for Mexico carriers. So MX, this is for people who cross the border. Mexico carriers. We also have Canadian authority, right? So that's what it means, MX number. You can put a name. Here's my suggestion. You're looking to dispatch new carrier. You are a brand new dispatcher. This would be your first step before you make that phone call. You know why? Because why would you want to waste your time on carrier who has, first, maybe not even authorized to run, but he's pretending that he's running legally. Secondary, if his safety is in a bad shape, it will be impossible for you to find the loads. Why do you want to start that first relationship with carrier who is not a good carrier? So again, as a new dispatcher, as a pro dispatcher, as anybody who comes to trucking, or maybe you are the driver and you're looking to go and work for this company, you should check this. This is a public knowledge. It's free. Anybody can check in USA on the safety ratings of every trucking company. So let's add it again. You're gonna find this company. I just covered up because again, I just put the random name. I don't want people to get pissed. Oh my God, you showing the information about my company, although this is a public knowledge. First, you're gonna see what type of carrier he is. Is it interstate or this is intrastate? And again, my students already know. Interstate, the drivers go out of state. They can go to all 48 states. Intrastate, only in one state. The difference is, if you go interstate, besides US DOT number, you still need to have MC number. If you are intrastate, you only have to have US DOT number. This is the difference. So you can see what they have. Let's look at the next slide. Well, you can check their rating right here. Look at this. This is a screenshot from different company. Well, their satisfactory rating was given to them in 2015 after what? After they had a compliance review in 2014. Do you see this? Do you see that this is gonna stay on the record of the company for as long as this company is in the business? Even when it goes out of the business, it's gonna stay authorized. This is a public knowledge. So what does it mean, compliance review? Well, that means that that company in 2014 got violations, maybe had a lot of accidents, and FMCSA gave them conditional rating. So for 90 days, it was very hard to manage, and hopefully they only had 90 days that conditional rating and it was not extended. Hopefully they knew how to fix it. So after that review, let's actually see. The compliance review was in, oh, well, here, we can see it right here. The compliance review was in March of 2014, and only in August 11th, 2015, it was switched to satisfactory rating. So while we are talking of conditional rating, not for 90 days, we're talking about conditional rating for more than 90 days, year and something. So what happens? This company actually, I know this company, I'm not going to mention the name. This company now has 100 trucks. This company moved from Illinois to Indiana, right? This company split, has a 2 MCs. So they play the games, right? You know, moving the truck from one bad safety to another. And that's how they survive. So they usually have the second MC. When they hit that conditional rating, guys, what happened? How they were able to take those loads? Well, by faking and lying. Their dispatchers were booking the loads for the second MC, the MC that rating still satisfactory. This is the only way you can do this. Is this honest business? No, it's not, but that's what people in trucking do. But this is a company with 100 trucks. They can afford to buy another MC, open another MC, have a different office. But you, as a small carrier with 1 or 2 trucks, can you really do that? Well, not really. First, it takes extra money. It's extra logic. And for the scammers, well, you have to be smart to be able to scam on that level. That's why they move from state to state. And suddenly, I was actually surprised today to see that they moved from Illinois to Indiana now, and they are switching the name. But it's okay. Scammers are always going to be scammers. We cannot change that. But you as a dispatcher now can understand how to read this information. Okay, let's go back to categories. So Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration created SAFER. What is SAFER? Well, the SAFER is a safety measurement system, and it has rules for every trucking. Formula is different. It depends on scale of your trucking. It depends how many trucks you have. But it is broken down to the 7 categories, right? It has unsafe driving, crash indicator, hours of service, vehicle maintenance, your substance abuse and alcohol category. For hazmat carriers, they have category for hazmat materials compliance, and of course, driver fitness. So here's a question. What is a broker really looking for? Let's talk about unsafe driving. What goes there? Well, unsafe driving, this is the speeding of your driver, maybe changing the lanes inappropriately, everything to do with unsafe driving. Do the brokers worry about you having extra score on this category? And here it is. You as a dispatcher, you as a safety manager, you as the owner of the company, you need to know the rules and which part of MCSR it is. So unsafe driver belongs to 392 and 397. So when your driver gets violations, inspection, anything starting with 392 till 397, and usually you're gonna points like 392.1, 392.2, has something to do with this category. So all the violations are gonna go to this category. Second category is hours of service. So it's gonna do something with 392. It's still gonna affect unsafe driving, because if your driver is faking logbooks, If he's driving illegally, it's still gonna be unsafe driving, but also it's gonna affect your category by $395. So all of this, guys, don't worry, you don't need to remember all these numbers, but if you are a safety manager, you already know them by heart, right? So when you look at that inspection, the first number, you don't even have to go back and open website. If you do the safety every day, those numbers already in your head, like A, B, C, D, right? So let's see. When you open every category, when you click, physically click, and that's what I want my students to do for this class and the previous class. I want you to go to Safer. Just by name, put any name, put the transportation, best trucking, just by name. Or if you want to check on somebody, put somebody's MCDOT and start playing with this. Not playing, but kind of researching information. So click on the first, on an unsafe driving, and see the score. It will show you violations for the last 24 months. So see, for example, they went up in July of 2022. Now it goes down. Then go to hours of service and see what's going on. If you click further, this is vehicle maintenance. And again, I did not put no names, so people do not get upset to say that I am picking on them. But I am just showing you all of this. So after you look at this, you can even see the violations. So this, for example, violations from what? Which category? Let's really think. Well, speeding 6 to 10 miles, failure to obey traffic device, lane restriction, improper lane change, improper turns, failure to yield right on the way. So this is all violations to that first category, unsafe driving, right? And look at all the points, right? Violation number and all of these points. You can even see who had it, right? In this case, the plate number, the inspection number. If you click, it's gonna give you all details. The VIN number of the truck, VIN number of the trailer. It's gonna tell you when it started. It started at 9 o'clock in the morning, ended at 9:25. So all of this information stays. Do you see the severity points? Do you see the weight? So then it's gonna get multiplied, and this is your points. Look at this. It was 2022. 6 months later, time weight is changing till 2. So the points gonna get less. Within a year, they're gonna go to 1. That's why safety is gonna go up and down. I can tell you this. For every bad inspection, you need at least 3 good inspections for that formula to bounce itself out. So as a dispatcher, do you need to understand this? Well, I hope you want to be that pro dispatcher. So this is a crucial. If you come into open trucking company, should you learn this after you make all the mistakes, or should you educate yourself before? It used to be people were coming to trucking because like everybody was telling, come on, I am doing it, everybody's doing it, especially in Chicagoland, right? I'm going to be honest with you, that's how I came to trucking. I did not know anything about safety and compliance until one day I realized that I'm going to pay high price fines or I will be out of the business. It wasn't smart, but everybody was telling me, it's okay, don't worry about it, just open another MC. Why are you so picky? Why are you so stressed out? And thanks God, guys, I woke up early enough to not go through all the fines, not to go and losing my company. And that's when I start teaching safety and compliance. Actually, I went and I took safety and compliance. I am a national safety director from state of Florida University. So I went deep because I am just that person. If I want to learn something, I want to learn at least 90%, right? So when I learned everything, when I made the mistakes, when I understood how that can improve companies, that's when I start teaching. And I am implementing this is also in my dispatch class. That's why I started this today, because we started a new class and we were talking about safety and compliance in our first class on last Saturday. And I want to make sure that my students go back and rewatch it one more time. So now let's say you are a dispatcher and the broker does not want to give you the load and they are asking you for cap. So what is a cap? You as a dispatcher need to understand that when is your company, your carrier is failing, you will need to prove some action, and that's what we call corrective action plan. Well, usually, if you work for bigger company, this is not going to be your responsibility. But most of you who come to my class, you come to become that independent dispatchers, right? So you guys are going to be dealing with the small carriers, 1, 2, 3 trucks. You're going to be dealing with a driver who've been on the road for 5 years, so maybe he's brand new. Maybe he's still driving because that's why they need dispatcher. Finally, they opened an MC. Do you think they know what cap is? Do you think they know how to write it? So here, I'll give you just an example. When usually you are scheduled for the audit or FMCSA reaches out to you, they're going to make sure that you send them this plan. And most of pro dispatchers, that's what we do. We actually help our carriers to create this safety corrective action plan. In my safety class, I share all the templates. I show you how to do it. I give you my tricks. I give you my advices. But just for the purpose of this live, I'm going to show you this form. So this comes from FMCSA. You will need to put the USDOT number, carrier name, email, and you need to make sure this is cover page. Then you're going to write down what your statement is. What is your action? What are you guys really going to do as a carrier to make sure that they will give you back your satisfactory rating? Owner of the company has to put it his name, signature, whoever manager, or it's you if you're a manager, and then you need to answer all of this, right? And they're giving you example what documentation is needed, because when you receive that paper, when you receive that letter, it's gonna tell you why you failed. So all of this is here. If you are failing, for example, 391.115, well, you need to make sure that your MVR showing the driver is no longer disqualified. So what does it mean? That means that your driver was disqualified. He probably got inspection. Maybe he did not have valid CDL. Maybe his medical card was disqualified. Maybe he did not pass drug and alcohol test. So all of this is here, guys, and that's what I am teaching you in my safety class. Not only for people who run safety. I want every dispatcher to understand this, right? So let's go back. Oh, sorry, I get excited about safety because you know what? I want to change trucking for better. So let's take a little break, and I am going back. I'm going to answer your questions, but let's see our little promo, and I'll drink some water. It's not easy to to talk. Is it live now? Yes, it is live now, Mr. Bohr. I'm here sitting at home teaching you. How's it, IFTA? Right? Are you making sure you have the driver reports now? Love you. I'm going to see you on Sunday. Who else do we have? Wow, we have our star can get loads with conditional rating. Remember, guys, the last live we had Dima, he's the owner of CMS Freight. So he was sharing his information, right? So you take a year off and wait for it to clear, right, Deepa? But how many people can afford to take year off when you have 40, 50, 60 trucks? That's when you have extra MCs and other stuff, or you start participating with other people. Nice. We learn from the best. Hi, ma'am. Yeah, I definitely do. Good job. I enjoy you having in the EFTA class. So we'll see how the safety gonna go. Most of them lost in so many requires. It's not even funny. Okay, so let's go back. Why should you prepare and submit that corrective action plan? Well, first, because this is a requirement. If you're not going to be able to prepare that action corrective plan, and I receive a lot of requests, and yes, we do help people to come up with a plan, which is kind of goes against my values, because if you're running trucking company, you should be able to have enough knowledge to prepare the corrective action plan by yourself and actually do something. What problem do I have with that? Because I can tell you what has to be done. I can make it sound so good, but if you only gonna use it to kind of mislead FMCSA, DOT again, but you're not gonna change your maintenance, you're not gonna change your hiring process, you're not gonna change the way you run trucking, well, what's gonna happen? It's gonna happen again. So that's why when people call me and say, well, I'll pay you the money, can you just do this? Usually I say no. Only condition I will do this if they will take the safety class as well after this. I will help you to go through this, but you need to learn and you need to actually start doing better trucking business. I mean, my personal value for me, it's not just about making money from extra cap or the extra audit. For me, is to change in trucking for better. And most of you already know I'm taking it seriously, and that's why in classes, I love that positive attitude. But you will have 15 days from that day you receive that letter, and you will need to submit this, right? And if they will not approve it, well, your AMC, your authority is gonna start a revocation process. So picture yourself, you as a carrier, you as a dispatcher. Let's say you already invested a year, 6 months, and because of the way you run the business, now you're gonna lose all of this? Well, it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't. So that's why, guys, you need to make sure that you complete all of this. You need to make sure that you know how to get it. And I'm gonna show you the easy way. So first, I always want to make sure that you know how to go and where to go. One more time, this is a safer company snapshot. We can find anybody here by USDOT number, MC number, by the name. You always can log in and see what's going on with this company. For example, unsafe driving. You can see all the violations. You can see inspection history. When was it? What's going on? See, when you click on each category, for crashes, you're only going to be able to see how many crashes. You're not going to see the details because FMCSA making sure that they are protecting public. But everything else, you can see. Do they still fake logbook? Look at this. This guy just used what? Improper personal conveyance, right? If you're gonna click on the vehicle maintenance, you guys gonna see all these violations. What was not done? Tires, repairs, brake hose. You can see even if anything was wrong with drug and alcohol program, or if he was stopped. Look at this: driver consuming an intoxicating beverage within 4 hours before operating MC. This is for hazmat. What is this? This is for driver fitness. Most of you are surprised and telling me, well, driver cannot speak English and he got violation. Actually, got phone call and actually message from my previous student. And she was so upset. She said, well, my driver got stopped and he got some violation, but also he received a violation that he does not speak and read English. It's not fair. He's from different country. English is his second language. Well, fair or not fair, we have minimum requirements. Every driver who is going to take the CDL has to be over than 21 years old, has to pass examination, right? Has to make sure that he speaks, reads, and understands English. And here, that's where my problem with FMCSA. So if this is a minimum requirement, why are you letting people to pass exam, written test in different languages? Polish, Russian, Spanish. Why? So this is a big disconnect. But is this a rule? Yes, it's a rule. So if your driver getting stopped, he has to understand officer. He has to understand what they are asking him. So if the officer telling you something and you don't understand, well, I came from different country. English is not my first language. But if I would be commercial driver, I have to understand and write and be able to have a conversation. So this is a minimal requirement. So this is our safer, right? When you guys gonna go here, FMCSA has so many free resources. You can learn so much how to improve. You can take a tour, look at this, and that's what I want you guys to do for my students from previous safety. You already know this, but students from dispatch class, since you are not taking safety yet, I am already giving you information and it's free. You can go and learn about all these categories. You can see how to read the information. You can see what does it affect, how does it affect. So all of this is available for free, right? You have to also learn what can be done when you have so many violations. And we are spending the full class on DataQs. What is a DataQ? How is it done? What can be done with DataQ? And today I'm just touching up on this subject. So what is DataQ? This is a system also created. It's an online system by FMCSA where you can go and you can actually fight your violations. Or maybe sometimes violation is triple. For example, your driver did not put BOL number on logbook. Also, he did not put some notes. He forgot to put his maybe a brake or something. And the inspector gives him 3 violations on logbook. Well, it's the same category. This is a manner and of the logbook. So you can go to this system and you can help your carrier. You can ask them to remove 2 of them, so those points are going to be less. Let's say your driver had a speeding. He got the ticket. He got a good lawyer. He went to the court, right? And they switch. With a good lawyers, you can switch your speeding, let's say, to parking. Well, parking and speeding is different points. So now you have a proof from the court. What can you do? You can go and ask FMCSA to switch those points. And believe me, this is huge. And how do you do it? You do it through DataQ. That's why this is a basic knowledge for my future safety and compliance people. But for people who are really want to succeed, I want you to go and start reading, so at least you know what DataQ means. At least you know what corrective action plan means. When the broker telling you, I am not giving you the load because your safety rating is too high, at least you understand what safer is, right? Because a lot of dispatchers don't even know what the broker's talking about. So let's picture your company has a lot of violations on not maintaining equipment. I am a broker, or let's say big broker. Why should they question this company? Well, because simply, do you think they worry about your insurance cost? Do you really think they worry about you bills that you pay when you have to tow the truck because you did not maintain your truck and you have breakdown right in the middle of highway? It's gonna cost you 3 times more than preventive maintenance. But a lot of people do not do preventive maintenance. They wait till the last minute, or because of market is too harsh now, they think that, oh my god, I'm not gonna change the tires, I'm not gonna change the brakes, I am gonna hope for the miracle. Guys, miracles in trucking do not happen. You're gonna end up paying 3-4 times more. But second part, you're gonna put your company in the situation when most of the brokers are not gonna be giving you the loads due to your safety score, even in maintenance. Because if I am a smart broker and I have 10 phone calls with 8 companies having good safety, 1 company having conditional, and another maybe just come out of conditional rating, who I'm going to choose? Well, I'm going to choose company with a safety rating, which is satisfactory, right? Because I understand my water, my oranges, my fresh chicken, my machinery has to be delivered on time. Because my brokerage also depends on how I perform. It's not about you guys making money. Brokers also have contracts. Brokers have to satisfy needs for the customers. So that's why having a good safety, having understanding how to fix it, this is a big, big challenge in trucking. So that's why people say, well, when I work for this company, the dispatchers did a better job. The loads were paying better. And now I work for this company and we only work with few brokers, and a lot of times our loads are canceled. They're not even going to give to us. Why? Because most likely safety is affected, right? So I hope you guys learned something new. I just want to make sure that you also know, if you are a company, about the motor care safety planner. This is also free for every trucking company. And you have the best tab here, resources form library. Look at this. Everything you need to know in trucking is already here for free. Wow, how many of you asking somebody, I need to get that annual review driving record, right? Do you need to go and pay somebody? Or you simply can just download for free from FMCSA? Yes, you can download. You don't have to pay me. You don't have to pay anybody. What about driver application for employment? Look at this. It's right here. How many of you are actually copying, pasting, trying to highlight, begging your friend, please, can you share the driver application because I don't know where to get it? Come on, wake up, America. This is all free on FMCSA website. You need to know how to find the information. You need to start educating yourself, and you need to start implementing. Knowledge without implementation does not make sense. It has to be knowledge. It has to be action, implementation. It has to be improvement. And then you go and you learn something new. So, what else? Great tool to learn. Okay, any questions, guys? Because I will be finishing today with just reminding you that we are starting our safety class on Sunday. It's not too late to sign up. This option is not available because we had Easter already on Sunday. So you can sign up. We're going to have 4 classes each Sunday. Our program is $8.99, 4 hours each time, homework, quizzes, PDFs, lots of forms. And we're going to make sure that we learn all of this. We're going to talk about training requirements, about the hiring of your drivers. We're going to be talking about drug and alcohol program. We're going to be talking about clearinghouse. We're going to be talking about the third-party consortiums and how to deal with it. We're going to be talking about all the state compliance. We're going to be talking about identification reports, MC 150, BOC 3. We're going to be talking on annual reviews, ongoing reviews. We're going to be talking about dealing with the DataQs, hours of service, inspection, and everything else. Is it an easy class? Well, it's not an easy class if you don't put your mind into this, but hopefully, if you do like the way I teach, with being interactive with the class, with you going and doing some homework, with you answering the questions, that you're going to learn a lot. If you are the person who just thinks that you're going to sit and look at the ceiling during my classes, do not waste your money. Find somebody else, maybe a pre-recorded class, or somebody else who doesn't really care. In my classes, I want people who really want to be the best in trucking industry, because together we can change it for better. Together, it's going to make it easier for all of us to succeed. Any other question, guys? Because I probably 5 minutes, I can answer. Okay. Let's see. If I've never had out of duty situation, but I have 50% out of duty on a safer, there are other violation affecting my score? Yes. Go ahead and open and see where the points coming from. You also have to go to your portal. You have to log in as a company. You have to log in not just from the safer. You have to log in from the portal, because that's where you see all the details. So unfortunately, I don't know your company MC, so I cannot really answer all of this. But if I had out of duty, but I have 50 out of duty on safer. Okay, here's also what can happen. You have only one truck. You get one out of service. Your safety is going to be at 100%, right? Because you have one truck. If you have two trucks, it's going to be 50%. If you have 3 trucks, it's going to be 32%. So the hardest it is to survive for the small companies, because one out of service, you're already 100% not compliant. So that's why understanding how to manage this and what can be done. Maybe you need to file the DataQ. Maybe you need to make sure you go and try to switch to something else to be able to change that safety rating, write the letter, get that CAP active correction plan, because you can also ask for this. So again, going back to basic knowledge. You in trucking, you need to know safety and compliance. And hopefully you guys gonna choose us, right? We starting this Sunday. The next class is going to be in April, and then in July, and then in October. We do them only quarterly. Our dispatch classes are every month and a half, every 2 months, but safety we only do quarterly. Okay. Hey, Alex. Hi, Ryan. How are you? I see I am overweight on drive. Okay, so now what's gonna happen? You're gonna get violation. You're gonna hope for a miracle. You're gonna bypass weight station, or what you're gonna do? If you are overweight, why didn't you scale? So if you did go scale, you would go back to shipper and receiver and ask them to reload you, right? If you are a good driver. But if you work for the company who tells you don't worry about it, just keep driving, maybe you have to drive at night so you can bypass weight station. Now that happens again. I don't know your story, but whose responsibilities not to be overweight? Me as a dispatcher, me as a person who runs the safety, or you as a driver? When you get loaded, you need to go scale, make sure you're not overweight on any axles, on a gross weight. You need to tell me as a dispatcher if I have to call the shipper, receiver, broker, right? I mean, in this case, not the receiver, the shipper and broker, and advise them that you coming back, right? But you as a driver, this is your responsibility, right? A lot of drivers like to do this. This is fault of the dispatcher because she told me it's going to be only 38,000, but they put 45 and a half. Well, who is receiving BOLs? Plus, remember, brokers never tell us the truth. I wish it would be honest business, but it is dishonest business. So you as a driver, this is your responsibilities. That's why we call you not just a driver. We call you a professional driver, right? Okay. I cannot wait for those Sunday. She's right. Thank you, Mr. Bora. But we have to cut on your cigarettes because you smoking too much during my class. We're gonna also talk about staying healthy on the road, healthy meals, cutting those cigarettes because it's not worth it, right? You have to live the long life, especially you have a beautiful baby who is going through your BOLs, right? It's so funny, guys. It was so cute. He shared some video when his 6 months old baby somehow reached out to BOLs, Bills of Lading, and she was actually trying to make sure that she is running family business already, right? But we need to make sure that we all stay healthy. Trucking is stressful. We need to change the way trucking has been running and to improve. Okay. Hi, Alex. In what case the rating status is assigned as none? Yes, that's a good question because most of them you see that it's none. That happens when the company is small, when it's one or two trucks and they don't have enough inspection to go to the formula, because we have a formula, it depends on inspection and how many trucks. So most of the small trucking company, they still gonna have rating none, but that doesn't mean that their safety is satisfactory. That's why brokers, they go and they do open each category and they look on each category, what are you failing? Because if we're gonna go back, for example, for this guy, let's see, I'm gonna show you what she's talking about. Let me just scroll down. Okay. So if you're gonna go, that's what she's asking me. It says none. But look, his safety is 50% out of service. He's driving in driver fitness and unsafe driving is 14 when his national average is 653. So none does not mean that it's good. So that's why brokers always go and open each category. It just means that he does not have enough inspections and enough trucks to put him in the main formula. So probably I think he's missing 3 or 4 inspection, and then finally the trading is gonna change. Okay. I will be home, no cigarettes this weekend. Okay, good. Okay, dispatch said you have bad luck. This will teach you. That's what your dispatch said because you are overweight. You have bad luck. This will teach you. Well, again, you are a professional driver. You're supposed to scale. You have to go back. The company has 200 trucks. Well, that means that their safety is still none. I don't know. Usually, I mean, if it's still none, that means that their safety is still a good numbers. I cannot tell you until I see the MC or until I see what's going on. If that's still none, that means that they never got to unsafe ratings, that they never had compliance review, that they never had audit, because hopefully they were maintaining their safety. We have the companies who do a great job and they never have audit, right? They never have to pay fines. Okay, last questions. How do I know if I should work with a specific broker even if they are paying top dollar? Well, if you do have factoring, you need to check their credit score, right? If they approved by your factoring. So usually we work with A, B, and C's. This is one of the ways to know if they are paying, if they're a good broker. So try to stick to A and B. now in this market, we still give a chance to the C. If you do not have factoring company, then if you using that or truck stop, you have to trust with their rating. But a lot of times their rating is not 100% correct. I would say 75%. Also, they have protection plan. They are telling if this was booked from their load board, that they do check on those brokers if you are using that option in a pro load board. So make sure you know this. Thank you for this video. You are welcome, guys. Again, thank you. We're gonna be start doing this on weekly basis. So make sure we are trying to do it at 6 p.m. So we're gonna call it successful trucking. And we're gonna be inviting guests, but also we guys gonna be learning. If you have any other questions, I do have another 4 minutes. Usually our lives are 1 hour. Let's see on TikTok. Is TikTok watching? Because it is harder for me. Let's see what we have. Powerful message driver. Okay, yeah, it's hard for me to do this. Okay, I love you. I love you too. Well, hopefully my TikTokers, okay, now it's gonna move. Hopefully my TikTokers were able to listen. I don't know what they were seeing. Hopefully they just were seeing my red hair. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. To all my students, keep working. My safety class, we starting Sunday. Today, I'm gonna send you preparation. For previous students who were looking to sign up for safety classes, reach out to me because you get discount. Also, for anybody who still want to learn and have a knowledge and succeed, please make sure you have till Friday to sign up. One more time, where can you find us? You can find us on our website, right? Learn Dispatch Today. You can find all our classes. Well, I do need to update. I'm not a blonde anymore. I guess I'm a redhead now, so I need to update my image, right? You have our safety and compliance. Our March dispatch, it's coming up, so it's going to start in March. For people whose English is not a first language, please, guys, do not wait till the last minute. You need at least 2-3 weeks before the class. You need to start learning terminology. You still need to prepare the first homework. Also, we're going to have webinar on how to open trucking company. That's where we're going to go through the steps, and it's going to happen on March 12th. $199 for 3 hours with all the links, all the forms, and of course, April schedules is up there. For people who are already in business and maybe you need help and you need a personal consultation, you can always schedule one. We also love all your reviews, guys, right? Like, look at Shirley. She's always giving us the best reviews. She's our star. I love Dorian because he took his time and he gave us again 5 out of 5. So all of these reviews do matter. Diana, Beata, everybody, we have so many reviews, which is a real, guys. So if you are trying to choose dispatch training or safety training or IFTA training, make sure you read. This is not fake, because I can see like something happened here. She probably did not click. I cannot even change it because this is a real reviews. They are not edited. Also, you have all the questions about our training. All the questions. What requirements do you need to become a truck dispatcher? How can you become? Can you dispatch from home? Watch this video. This is on our YouTube, and our YouTube is also Dispatch Training Center, right? How to enroll. Is this online or not online? So please make sure you read. If you're looking for factoring, many of you know that I work with RTS. I am agent with RTS. If you're looking for fuel card, if you look for RTS, reach out to me and I will help you out. Also, if you need to sign up for that, make sure you use our code and get at least 1 month for free. You will need to call them and you need to give our code right here. I'm explaining this. So this code 00020174775, and you will get the first month for free. What else do we have? Well, we also have more. We provide other services. We provide dispatch services. We also provide opening your companies. But again, guys, I don't want to be charging you this money. Come take the safety class. Come take the webinar, and I will teach you how to do this by yourself. But again, if you don't have time, if you don't want to learn, then come and pay. But it doesn't make sense because you will need to learn this sooner or later. Thanks for watching me. Thanks for interacting with me. Thanks for supporting us and our mission. And as always, I'm yours, Alex, and I'll see you in a class. One more question from Ryan. It would have to drive 2 hours opposite direction, then wait to get reloaded. It would have taken too long. Okay, so let's kill their safety, right? Let's get the ticket. Let's have this ticket go on their safety. Let's affect their safety. So was the closest scale 2 hours away? I don't believe this. I do not believe that they did not have scale. Seriously. So please, let's stop all of this. You know what you had to do. And with the newer trucks, with everything, you know when you are overweight. You know that, right? Come on, don't give me that. I respect you, but let's not teach people to start driving and then figuring out that they are overweight. Okay? Thank you. Thank for all you do. It was an honor being your student. Thank you so much. She can show you how not to spend 3K in a minute or so in IFTA class. No one will show you on YouTube videos. Thank you, Mr. Bora. I do appreciate this. Guys, I'll see you soon. Saturday dispatch, second class. We're talking about equipment. First class for safety on Sunday. We talk about MCs, DOTs, clearinghouse, alcohol program, hiring the driver. Second class, vehicle maintenance, all the things to do with equipment plus DataQ. The third class is a planner, cap letters, how to grow, how to prevent things, how to go through audits, right? And the first class, how to have that safety program which works, where to go, all the resources. For dispatch class, well, we just started. Make sure you finish those setups. Make sure you make me that cover page. Make sure you reach out back because I am that pushy instructor. Love you guys and see you soon.